So I think we're live. Today was the day, you all. October the 5th. Someone put a comment in the comment section of the video that I did about I got taken during my dream state. Okay. So someone put a comment that got held for review, and I didn't hold it for review, but I screenshotted it. I screenshotted the comment, you all. I did. I've been out there working on my vehicle, and I thought when October the 5th comes around, I'm going to come on here, and I'm going to see if Trump got arrested and all the other things that were said to be happening concerning October the 5th and October the 29th, give or take a few days, you all. So here it goes again. But there's got to be, you all. There really does. There's got to be at least 3 or 4 main sources where all of this information is coming from, all of these rumors or hearsay, to keep the pot steered. Keep the pot steered, keep the rumor mill going. It's got to be fed. It's like feeding a fire. You got to keep feeding it. Hello. So let me come over here. I was going to do this from my cell phone. I thought, well, I've already been outside. I'd love to be outside. But no, I'm going to come up here because the screenshot that I saved was on my computer, is where it was at. Hello there, Teza and Techno Hippie. Hello, Moya, Michelle Stone. Hello. Hello, everyone. So, yeah. So, I don't think that it happened. Did you hear it happen? Because I don't think it happened. I'm not for sure if it happened. It could have happened, you all. It could have. Let's look over here. Let me make sure I got this on the live chat. You can see you all on here. We got 4 people tuning in. That's a nice number. It really was, with 5 views and 31 concurrent viewers. But we got 5 views, you all. It's okay. It is, you all. You all can jump in on this comment section because I need to hear. I really want to hear what's going on. What is going on in the rumor mills, in the places that you visit? Because a lot of us don't go to the places that some of us go to. And there's lots of dates that have been thrown around. There is lots of dates. Let me show you the, yeah, you haven't heard. Let me make sure this is back to me. I'm going to show you this. I do want to show you this. And if today turns out to be a day that something did happen, well, that will be shocking in itself. It will. So look at this. This is under, I've put out the person's name because I don't want to identify them, but they say October the 5th, Trump arrested. October 29th, plus or minus, an event to bring in martial law. Elections delayed 9 months to 1 year. Biden 25th president amendment ousted. Harris invalidated, not born in America. Pelosi named interim president. Picks Gavin Newsom vice president. Martial law, boots on the ground in America, 1.5 to 2 years. Get whatever you need to know. Or whatever you need now, you all. Where did that come from? Where was the source of that? Did you hear any of that happening is what I want to know. Did you hear any of it happening? Because I don't go to the places that some people go to. Really, I don't go anywhere. I don't. I'm so busy. I'm doing things around the house. But I'm wanting to know, where did it come from? I'm trying to click over here and get to it, you all. I really am. I want to get over here to it so I can at least show you the time stamp when that was done. Okay, I found the time stamp. And I don't want to show the individual's name. I don't. Let me do this. Okay, let me see if I can do this, you all. So October the 5th, Trump arrested. So look at this. Where did this come from? Do you all know anyone who was saying this right here? Where are these rumors or where are these, where is this propaganda, information, disinformation, warfare coming from? Where is it coming from? What is the source? You can see the video that it was on, and it was, I checked it at 8:18 a.m. and it was on the 29th of 2022. So that was a comment that had came in sometime during that posting of that, you all. Love you too. So I'm wondering what happened, you all. Because this kind of gets old. It really does get old, but then, we really need to know what's going on. We do. If you're just tuning in, look at our chat. Not too many people are allowed in the chat. We've got probably around 7 or so people. It's all good. We love you all. Love you all too. I'm just wondering, where are these rumors coming from? Who is the disinformation? The main disinformation thing is what I want to know. Who is it? Who is spreading these things? I got a pretty good idea where a lot of one certain train of thought is coming from. A very, very good idea. Extremely good. And so do a lot of other people. And I'm wondering, why is it being allowed to continue? Why is it being allowed to continue? Why? Why all of this stuff? All of these dates given of certain things that are to happen? Why? And when certain entities give the dates, and then the dates come and go, then another date is given with some different information to look forward to. And then when that date comes and that doesn't pan out, then another date is given and the narrative is tweaked a little bit. Something else to look forward to, you all. It's a certain entity, in this instant, that keeps fueling it. And by the way, I would not take anything the entity who is doing it said to heart. No way. There's no way I would follow an entity like that, you all. I wouldn't, because my spirit, personally, it don't vibe with that type of a spirit that misleads people. It doesn't. And if you're one of the persons who is getting misled by the entity and or entities, time and time again, they're saying things that ain't coming true, I think it's time you might need to take a reality check. I really do. Regardless of how much you trust this individual who lies to you, because it's lying. It's misleading. It's false. They don't got your best interest in heart. They got their best interest in heart, you all. They do. And especially when you give information like this out time and time again. I got something to say. Okay, I do. Now I really got something to say, because I got somebody's attention. Somebody's watching me right here. So that's great, you all. You hold your comments over there. You just keep on commenting. I got an individual's attention, maybe a couple. So yeah. When you continue to give dates and tell people, deliberately tell people that certain things are going to happen, and build it up and build it up and build it up, and when it gets closer to that day, then you kind of get quiet, then you regroup, and then you jump to something else. And then you build it up and build it up and build it up. You say, well, the reason it didn't happen is because of this. And you keep building it up and building it up. That is deliberately, and that's malicious. That's very malicious, okay? Because people are taking what you say at heart. Okay, they are. When you do that, when you spread false rumors, when you spread, this is disinformation, you are. When you're hearing things like that, that's disinformation. That's being spread. It's a propaganda war being waged on you all who are listening to the entities who are spreading this misinformation. And it's disinformation, but yet it's meant to deliberately mislead you, to keep you coming back for more and changing the story and making up excuses. Would you stay in a relationship? Hello. Would you stay in a relationship with somebody who kept doing you wrong, telling you something, and then you caught them in a lie, but they gave an excuse for the lie, and then you believed them, and they kept doing it again and gave an excuse for that? Before long, you're going to have a great big mountain you got to climb up to just to even get to the truth, if there is any. Because that's how big they're making that pile of lies they keep telling you over and over. Would you stay in a relationship like that? A physical relationship with another individual that you see face to face? I don't think you would. Unless you like being abused, really. Unless you like being abused and lied to. Actually, it's kind of like a codependency, and it's like a controlling relationship where they are in control of you. It's wrong. Okay, it's wrong, you all. This is how I feel about these dates that come out. And the story gets keeping twisted because they say, well, they were going to do this, but then something happened. There's lots of entities out there that do it, but I got a main one in my mind, and I'm not going to say it. And it may not be that entity, another entity that's watching me. They may think, well, she's talking about me. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about somebody else. Okay? You may have connections. You may have spread with this somebody else said, but I'm talking about the somebody else. Hello. So I don't think that Trump got arrested today, okay? And I don't think the elections got held off today. There wasn't no boots on the ground. There was no event that occurred. Now, here you go again. Not to saying that there might be an event to occur. You never know what the future holds. But to throw the dates out there is like putting little bait to hook people. You're throwing the dates out there. Using bait, you're casting your rod and reel. You got your bait with a date on the end of it, and you're trying to see who snags it, who goes for that. That's wrong. It really is wrong, you all. It is. Yeah, that's right, you all. Don't listen to the rumors. If you've heard somebody give a date, and that date comes, and what they said don't happen. And you say, oh, well, that's okay. And then they change their mind. Well, I just didn't, whatever they said, well. And then they tell you another date because they're listening to somebody else. You all, please. There's going to come a time, if you continue to listen and to those type of entities, there's going to be a time when somebody who's trying to tell you the truth, they're going to quit trying to tell you the truth, and you're going to be left to your own demise. You really will be. Because they ain't got the energy to waste on you. It's like they would rather believe a lie and be damned. Okay, that's what it says. If you like to follow scripture, they believed a lie and were damned, more or less. I don't like that word, but really, it's your own fault. If you get fooled over and over again and you fall for it, the same old things over and over again with a different twist. It's like going back to an abusive relationship. They beat you up, and I'm sorry, you go back to them, you make up. You go back to that person, and they all nice, and they do it again, and you leave them, and then you go back, and they keep sweet talking you and giving you excuses. Well, then, I'm sorry. Yeah, I am. Gaslighting. That beachy. Yeah, I never heard of the terminology gaslighting until recently. I haven't. And it is wrong. It's wrong to do that to people because people have feelings. People have lives. They do. And people, you know, out of the goodness of their heart, I'm speaking to the people who get misled. Out of the goodness of your heart, you want to believe what the other individuals are saying. You do because you care for them. I understand it completely. You're too trusting. You're too trusting, and they're taking advantage of you because of your gentle spirit. That gentle nature within you, that loving nature, that caring nature, they are taking advantage of it. And they're using you, and you may not even be aware of it. And there's nothing wrong with being kind in your spirit. Nothing at all. Nothing wrong with wanting to believe what people say. Nothing. But when it happens time and time again, and your disappointments get brought low because the expectations were so high, and they didn't pan out, and you were like, boom, you brought low. There comes a time when certainly I would hope that you wake up, even though it may be difficult to wake up and see what's happening, because nobody wants to see with their eyes, really. When you're in a relationship like that, even like a virtual relationship, social media people, you don't see them every day. You don't know what they're like when they're not showing their true self, because you know you can show whatever persona of you want on social media, but what happens when the person isn't on social media? What are they like? Are they really the person they pretend to be, you all? And you all, I'm looking at the comments over here, you all. Yeah. Let's see this. Something about I left you another message on the last video. Please get it out. Galactic War peace talks will begin soon. Where did that come from? That source of the galactic war, because I don't follow the galactic news. I don't. And we all want peace in this world. We do. I want peace, and I want love, and I want relationships that can be built up instead of tore down. I don't like seeing humanity being tore down to pieces and picked at by lies. I don't. I would love to see humanity being built up and be able to thrive. That's right. Hello there, Miss Vissy's place. Yeah, we have to get through the darkness before peace. Well, I've got inner peace in my being. I do. And I do a pretty good job maintaining that inner peace. That was even before the darkness came. Okay, and there's a lot of people, you know, if you talk on an individual basis, they've got the peace that passes all understanding within their heart. They do. And no matter what storm comes their way, they're at peace. The boat may, the boat may, you know, toss and turn, but they know who the captain of the ship is. They do. Yeah. Realize you all, anyone given dates has excuses why it didn't happen. Big Daddy, Jim 91, it is true. They all have excuses of why it didn't happen, but there's some main ones. There are a handful of main ones. And I'm scratching my head like, why are you listening? I can't listen to people like that, you all. I tried to listen to someone who would give dates who, you know, a lot of people listen to. I can't do it. My spirit does not connect. But, you know, in their defense, their spirit connects with that because that's what they want to hear. You know, it says, they gather around them large groups of people to tell them what their itchy ears want to hear. We all want to be told what we want to hear, okay? We all want to be told a lot of things, so we find people who are going to tell us those things, and there are people out there who know what you want to hear. They watch you, and they tell you exactly what it is you want to hear. They do. I don't like doing this video. I don't like that date. I've had a good day today, but I don't like it continuing. It's been going on, you all. How many years has this been going on? I've never seen anything like this. I haven't. The information that's coming out, the disinformation, and it really is disinformation, and it's coming from both sides. I never knew that something like this could happen and be allowed to continue. I didn't. And that people would fall for it. It's okay to want hope and peace and love and have something to look forward to. Everybody needs something to look forward to, you all. But it's not good to have these dates thrown out there. That's the problem. That's really the problem that a lot of people have. We don't like the dates being given. And I said in another video, those people who are giving the dates time and time again, and it doesn't pan out, you need to take note. You really do, because it gets people all worked up. It really does. It changes their life also, because they take what you say at heart, and they'll make some rearrangements in their personal lives to try to fit into that narrative that you're telling them. Hello. Okay, we got an October the 25th. See, there's another date. Yay, Jay Overlander. Thank you for putting that. October the 25th. That's one day after my birthday, October the 24th. So, yeah. So somebody goes down a rabbit hole, the fog of war. Let's see. There is no law that says you have to like anything. That's right. There isn't, you all. None at all. Hello, Susan B. You all. So I'm just wondering, where did that information come from? If you're just tuning in, I've got this on me. And it was said that let me find the one that I highlighted, because I don't like to I don't want to draw out the individual who said that, because they probably was looking forward to some good, to stop the evil in the world, because there is a lot of evil in the world. We want the evil in the world to come to an end. Okay, look, this October the 5th, this is what was said. October the 5th, and Trump is arrested. Well, he's not arrested unless he's arrested and we don't know, and then he could be arrested and we don't know because they got a clone in his place. See, that's that's another narrative. Okay, October 29th, give or take a few days. Well, we know that the Vatican had the money moved back to, the Vatican. An event will bring in martial law. Elections will be delayed 9 months to 1 year. Biden, 25th president, ousted. Harris invalidated, not born in America. Pelosi named interim president. Picks Gavin Newsom. Vice president, martial law, boots on the ground America in 1 to 5 years. In 2 years, get whatever you need now. Well, I'm all about being prepared. I really am. But to do the dates, I've seen it. I've seen people were so disappointed, you all, and it literally, listen what it's doing. It's wearing the people down. It's wearing the strong in heart, because they were really strong in heart. It's wearing them down. It's wearing on them to be given this hope, and this hope never does come. And then an excuse comes in its place, and it brings more hope. But then when that hope don't happen, another excuse comes in its place, and it brings hope. It literally, you all, it's like it's grinding the people down. It's wearing down the people, and that is what it's meant to do. Wear your spirit down to where you are weakened in your spirit. You're not strong. You're not able to think for yourself and reason with your spiritual eyes on an individual basis. Yeah, I don't even know who that person is. Damnia Designs. I don't. Yeah, in here you all. So please just, well, you can listen to whoever you want to listen to. Really, you can. Who am I to tell anybody what to do? I'm not going to tell nobody what to do, because I don't want somebody telling me what to do. And I'm going to listen to who I want, and you're going to listen to who you want. But I would exercise some caution. If somebody knew behind the scenes that somebody was doing me wrong, and I've got blinders on and I can't see what they're doing, and I've got more than somebody telling me what's going on behind the scenes, and I refuse to listen, especially people who I trust, but then I trust the other individual more. If I'm unwilling to listen and I keep going and going, I could end up getting really hurt, just like a lot of people do. If you fail to listen to the voice of reason and continue, you're going to get hurt even more and more. And the more, listen, let's talk about this. A cult. You know what cults are. There's people who get caught in cults, a cult following. Churches get caught up in cults. Cults are formed, and whoever heads those churches, they believe them as to be the sole sovereign thing of their life. Okay, and that head of that church can tell them what to do, and they will do it. They will not deviate from it whatsoever. You can have it in churches. You can have it in groups of, I don't know, friendships, all these things that people join. It's all around. And now we got virtual ones, you all, where people believe everything they're told, and it really is kind of cultish. But what I was going to say, once you're in a relationship like that, in a real world relationship, in that type of a environment, it is extremely, incredibly hard to break through the mindset damage that it has done to you. You need a big time therapy, and some never do get over it. Some never do get over it, you all. It's a very, very dangerous mind games that is being played with your mind. It really is. And they take over you is what happens. You're over your life, every aspect of you. They tell you what to do, and then you do it. And when you don't do it, you are literally shunned. You are considered an outcast. And I'm sure we got a lot of outcasts on here, you all. I'm an outcast. I am. You're probably an outcast too, because you're not going to sit there and listen to that type of a mindset, somebody trying to control you in that type of a way, telling you what to do, what to say, what to believe, what not to believe. You may say, Gina, honey, well, that's what you're telling. I'm telling you, there is a source of information that's coming out. It's like a propaganda warfare is what it is, being waged on people. And it's happening over and over and over and over, to where people are getting wore down. They're getting so tired of hearing all this stuff keep repeating over and recycled. They're getting so tired of it because they're getting so wore down. Yes. They're in the Gitmo. They're in a movie. It's a psyop. Is anybody in the Gitmo? Really? Are they? I know they say, and then they say, well, we got clones. Well, we could have clones. But until you see some hard evidence, I don't know if you're going to see any evidence. You're going to hear a lot of hearsay, and it's going to come from somebody who was special operations, whatever, to the what have you. I've got secret inside knowledge from this person with the Secret Service or something. They always have some like top secret nobody knows. You ever notice that? It's coming from somebody who they say are in on the... No. Hello. That's right. Oh my goodness. Elizabeth Rochert is attached to almost everything PSYOP. What's IWAR mean? I never heard of information warfare. That is a tactic. It is a tactic. It's a military tactic, information warfare. Hello there, Gary Ross in Scottsburg. You're just a few miles down the road. It only takes me 20 minutes to get to Scottsburg. Your cat is an alien. Well, your cat could be an alien, you all. It could be. And, you know, there are aliens that exist, and there's interdimensional beings that exist. And I'm sure that there are a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I'm sure there is. And they seem so unfathomable if you ever hear them. And they could quite possibly be very real. But there are some unfathomable things that are going on, and if your spirit don't vibe with it, then there's your first warning right there, especially if you claim to be intuitive and an empath. Yes, you're individual. Christina Phillips, aliens are fallen angels. Well, what if one said that an angel was an alien? Benevolent angels. Take the book of Revelation, and you have the four beasts in the book of Revelation with the eyes on their wings. Eyes on their wings, and with a different head on their body. If we saw something like that, that would be very scary. And would one say, well, that's a demon? But it's in the book of Revelation around the throne. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. That's a good question, Doc. Really, it is. It is. We can say that there are bad entities out there. There's a lot of bad entities, and there's a good entities. Good entities, good beings that are looking out for each other, and bad people who are not looking out for you. They're looking out for themselves, and they don't got the same spirit that you got. You're real tired and you need justice. Well, the world does need justice. And some people want their own justice. But, yeah. Yeah. So Trump didn't get arrested, according to, I don't know where that information came from, you all, and I brought it up. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where they gathered their information because there's no telling. You can see it right here. This is what was said. I just don't know. I'm not going to go around listening to everything everybody says, but I find it very interesting. The dates that are given. It's like a big red flag when a date is given and something happens and nothing comes about. So, yeah, I don't think it happened unless they're going to go get him. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. That's right. Dak. Well, what if that's true? Yeah. Oh, listen. He's been arrested for 5 years. Y'all libtards are dumb. Red fish golf. Now, that's not very nice. It isn't. You know, that comment. That's why it got hidden. I didn't even have to do it. The algorithm hid your comment. I didn't have to do nothing about it. I didn't. Yeah. Nothing at all. All HE double hockey sticks will break loose. Now that I have heard that. I have heard that, you all. I have. They save the good stuff for the weekends. Just a thought. Wow, that's really interesting. Let me put this over here, you all. You're more of a centralist when it comes to politics, and we discuss a lot of topics on my law course. I follow Trump and others, and it's interesting. Nature Spirit. It is interesting, you all. So I like to read the comments. I really do. I like to read the comments and interact because, you know, what you have to say is important, too. That's right. Indian men only. You had the thought about this today. I don't know what you said in the beginning, but, you know, the date came and go. And I think there was something else that was supposed to... There was another thing that was supposed to happen today. Was it the rapture again, too? From a long time ago? From like, I don't know. We in the month of October? Oh, wondering if he could. And is it true? I don't know, but it certainly would bring about some type of a war. Where there is evil, there has to be good. That's true. The two can't work without the other. Liberalism is a disease. Let's see. You all can see the comment. They're trying to make the Black Rock thing go through. What is the Black Rock? I don't know what a Black Rock is. The Black Rock thing. Yeah. Hope you topped off your brake fluid on your Jeep. Oh, Midwest, I did. I put some brake fluid in there. I checked it once and I sniffed it to make sure it smelled like it, see if it was the same thing, because that's how, when I got that Jeep back originally, or a few years ago, somebody poured transmission fluid in it and destroyed my brake system on that Jeep. And it was going to cost $4,000 to replace the whole brake system. I had it towed to a dealer, and that's what they quoted me. I said, tow it back to my house. And I replaced everything myself for under $300. Yeah, I topped that off, and we talk about my Jeep. You topped that off, and I was checking my antifreeze and my radiator cap on the reservoir. When I took it off, it was dry rotted, and a piece of it broke off, and I thought, well, now it's dropped into the reservoir, so I had to drain the reservoir with a turkey baster and then take it out of the Jeep and make sure nothing is in there, and then put on the new radiator cap. But I'm pretty good to go now. Yeah, that's right. Big Daddy Jim 91. Look how many people for how long have been trying to say that the rapture was any moment and any day. It pays to be ready. It does. It's been going on for years. It really has. Years and years and years. I heard it when I was young. I have. And, you know, people want to, they just want all the bad stuff to stop. They do. Yeah. Raymond Silva. Rapture is not happening. Already happened. If anything biblical going happened, Project Bluebeam. There was a theory that the rapture, one theory was that when people are raptured, it's when they die. Because it says, you know not at the hour which your Lord doth come. Like a thief in the night. You don't know, and it's when there's like a rapturing of you. They are pulling out all the tricks. Lawrence, the truth, I can agree with that. I can. They are pulling out all the tricks. Well, I don't know why the dollar's got a pyramid with an eye on it. Yeah, I don't. I don't know you. I'm trying to look at these comments on here, and Mr. Dingaling. Oh. Dingaling is shooting rockets again. Is that Wimpy Turtle? Is that Mr. Musk? Hello there, Strachan Thomas from Wales, UK. Ragnarok. I've heard of Ragnarok. I have. Ragnarok, you also. Trump didn't get arrested today. He can't be protected. All liars and adulterers and whoremongers will burn in the lake of fire of burning sulfur. That's what it says. It does. It's pretty graphic. The book of Revelation, some people are scared to even look inside it. Mr. Jones, well, yeah. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look up, God is on your money, your constitution, it's your pledge of allegiance. Russian Malone, more about the aliens and the world overs than anyone. Big Daddy Gem 91. Yeah. See, a lot of people, I hear all these names and I've never heard of them. I haven't. Yeah. Hang on to what is good. You just tuning in. You heard their 2 subs were near Alaska. And what about that convoy that was nearing the border of Ukraine last night? I think that was a question that was asked during the, if you have not seen the press briefing that was done by the Defense Department spokesman and the Pentagon's Brigadier General, I think it's Ryder, they were asked about that. I'm having a nice day. think I'm done working on my Jeep for the day. And after I worked on it, I couldn't wait to at least get far enough to take my stuff in the garage to the recycling. I like to recycle the plastic and the cardboard and the paper and stuff, and just take it to the recycling. He'll come back, and all of those who put him down won't believe in his good work. The governments across the world have haven. Oh, I know. People's lives are getting destroyed. They are. Everything has been meticulously planned as Sheena's permaculture paradise project. I actually did some permaculture. My friend downloaded, had me download books and save them to my thing on permaculture. My computer years ago. We got it picked up here in Ontario, U.S. So this has to do with the books of the play. Yeah. Daniel Nujuet. Hello there in Africa. Africa's a very special place. I saw this minister. Was it from Ghana? He was speaking and he was talking about, here's the phrase he said, the United States of Africa. He was speaking to a body of, I don't know, dignitaries or something. That's what he said, like United States of America. He used the phrase the United States of Africa. is what he used. Yeah. Did you all see that? There's a lot of interesting things going on, you all. There's so many opinions on here. There really are. There's so many people with different points of views in different areas that they have researched. I think it's really interesting. You can see over here all the different views and all the different comments from all different angles. Yeah, plastic does not deteriorate. Explains the refugees. No, they were talking about Africa themselves, is what they were talking about. The guy was from, I think, Ghana or something. And Africa is, you saw that, the U.S. of Africa, Annie Richards. Yeah, I thought I read a long, long time ago that because of something that was to occur, there would be a shift over to Africa and it would become fertile again. Did you remember anything like that? I think I read it in a book, some kind of I don't know what type of book it was, that it would become fertile, like the Fertile Crescent or something. Yeah, that's right. I did. And you never know with climate what would happen. But I did. I remember when my kids were homeschooled, there was a book. I wish I still had it. I probably do. I was reading in there how, the zones would keep shifting and shifting and shifting. And areas would have a change. Yeah. Oh, the sub, it can go undetected. Yeah, his sub can go undetected, you all. Not detective, but detected. You don't want any of them. If you're just tuning in, and Trump didn't get arrested, and there was other things that were supposed to happen. I don't know what they were because I don't know the main entities who are spreading the most disinformation. Well, I know one who is. And it's kind of sad. Yeah. There. So yeah, you all. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say it. They know who they are. And they're not just your average YouTube channel either. They're not. There's somebody who they don't really got a YouTube channel, but they're out there, is what it is. We share the planet with extraterrestrials, so I doubt they'll let the things go too far. It's their world too, and they don't want it to be totally destroyed. Well, I think that's wonderful, because there's going to be some type of intervention. There really is. Kingdoms don't last forever. I've never been to Sedona, Arizona. I don't really even have any desire to go there. I remember in the military, it was back in Berlin, we had a neighbor. She came from Arizona, and she was saying how hot it was where she was from. And I thought, wow, I wouldn't want to go somewhere where it's hot. I lived in Nevada for 7 years, and it was pretty hot there, and there was no humidity. We are Atlantis. We are Atlanteans, a Gondorian slayer. Yes, Cali Ali. That's pretty. It is. They have nothing on him. Funny shenanigans. Yeah, out there because of the love of their fellow man. People recently tried to accuse you of praying to angels, and I told them I have never prayed to an angel. Yeah. Thanks to Africa, they are standing up to and didn't give up their people's rights. They were, as UK, Canada, All side up to the start of the year. Gina Africa said no. That's wonderful. It is, William. Um, hmm. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting ready to have a hot flash in here. How long have I been on here? Let me see. 45 minutes. That's about my time span, I got to go back out there. Yeah, I'm going to be going outside again. And I got a car battery on the charger. And Kronos. That's right. Kronos. You ended up on a YouTube channel. And you didn't even apply for one. And wouldn't you know, they do with it anyhow. Let's see. Oh, Sky Meadow, you're so welcome. Yeah. You have seen orbs. They exist. You cannot say whether extraterrestrials or CIA are pulled out of the Tesla's house. Yeah. Something like that, So Trump did not get arrested, as some said he would get arrested. He didn't get arrested today. There was other things that were said, but I don't know. And I don't know who is the who would do it, y'all. Just look at this book, The Body Snatchers. A true story of body snatching by the reptilians, a real alien conspiracy, y'all. Look at this book from a long, long, long time ago. Why would they even do books like that, you all? Really, why? Isn't that interesting? There should be no knowledge of them if they didn't exist, because why you want to make up something? Okay, why would you? And then if you see this, the invasion of the body snatchers, they come from another world. You see that? They come from another world. Body snatchers. Do they mean they snatch your body? They use your body as a vessel because they don't have a human body? Would you say that they have that? Yeah. There's lots of playlists on this channel, there is, that I've done. When somebody says, Gina, I don't know what your channel's about. Well, that's what it's about, I want to say this. These right here, these are ships. These are light ships. And this is what I started off taking right here. And they showed up in my camera, my iPhone, and a clip-on lens when I would go outside. Now, this is the truth, I'd go outside and I'd point my camera up at the western sky or the eastern sky, and they would show up in there. And I don't know how they got in there. I don't. I shared images like that for like 2.5 to 3 years. I took thousands and thousands of pictures and shared them and uploaded them to the social media. So that's how I got such a big following on social media. It was because of these ships that I took pictures of, and I call them light ships. Some say that they were from the Galactic Federation of Light. I don't know where they're from, but I can tell you that for those who are asking, when I started having these show up every night, when in my dream state, I would find myself looking out great big windows in a ship. And I would see the same images over and over and over and over and over of ships. This went on for a couple of weeks. It did, every single night. And I would wake up and my eyes looked like I'd been awake all night long. And I don't know how they got in there. I didn't put them in there. But if I went outside and I took pictures, this is a strange thing. This is serious. I would, wherever my iPhone is, it was a smaller iPhone about like this, and the clip-on lens. I put my flash on. I had one little eye, and I'd hold it up to the sky, and all of a sudden, this is strange. I never understood how this happened. The flashlight part of my phone, it would beam a light up into the sky, and it was like a long exposure when I took my picture. And that would happen every single time. And I thought, where is this light coming from? Because I had an iPhone SE. I had an iPhone 4. And I didn't even know that they had flashlights on them. But that's what would happen. And this would show up. Ships like this, you all. That's the truth. It is And that's really, this is the beginning of how I got on social media with a following. And it was because ships around the sun, and it's right around the September timestamp of 2018 when a main observatory shut down, and they said the FBI was doing it, and I had taken a photo of the observatories, and that photo made its way around the world. It did. It got blasted. That's what happened, and that's the truth. I didn't even know anything about it. I didn't. I didn't know what these ships were, what I was looking at. I knew that something showed up in my camera. Let me show you. I got you here 1 second, you all. So these are real. These are in our skies. Look at this. You see this right here? This is not normal clouds. Can you see it, you all? Right here. This right here, I should not have tinted it, but I did. I was coming home. Not coming home. Took a break, my lunch break, an extended lunch break on second shift, and I picked up a wood stove, and I was coming southbound toward Louisville on 65. This right here was literally, it wrapped all around north, south, east, and west. I'm coming down the road, the highway, and this literally layered upon layers and layers, like snakes laying on themselves. But I think there's like ships inside of there or something like that. I've never seen a sight like that in my life. And I thought, well, do they look like the ships that I've got? Because this was the ships that I had. And this is what you can see around the sun. If you were to zoom up, I mean, they got some kind of cloaking going on, but you know that these aren't normal clouds. They're not. But they are ships that are cloaked in the clouds. So there are ships in the sky, and then there's something else in the sky, there is. Yeah. And that's about it. It is about it, This is the clearest. If you just minus this one part right here, boom! It's my favorite. It's my favorite photo right here. You can clearly see there's some kind of a light ship up there in the sky. They're interdimensional, but yet they'll show up in the clouds, but they're cloaked. So interdimensional ships, and they're all white. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It is. And I do feel within my spirit, one day these ships are going to make an appearance. In my spirit, I feel it. Because I documented them 2018, the summer of 2018, for at least 2.5 years. Yeah. That's how it happened. Just like that, I'm going to go. I am going to go. Yeah. Yeah. They will appear but don't go. The eye of Sauron and Saruman, That's right. Yeah. You all have a wonderful day, Thank you for tuning in. And you may not believe that there are UFOs in the sky, but we know that there are UFOs in the sky, whether they come from the Earth, whether they come from outer space, whether they are interdimensional, because CERN, wants to open up a parallel universe. And if they can open up and bring in entities and stuff, you can imagine what could come through interdimensional. You have the spiritual realm. This is not the only realm there is, this physical realm. There is another life after this life. After your spirit leaves this body, your spirit's going somewhere else. So, yeah. Yeah. That's right. So I'm going to go, you all. And with that being said, the October the 5th didn't happen like somebody said. I don't know where they got the information. He still lives. He's still here, I guess. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, you all. That's right. Yeah. All right, you all, we got it. Thank you.